Ooh, not much battery left there. Better make sure to get you charged tonight. Where we ended up on Thursday night, I have both of the axles out. So what we're trying to do now is we're trying to protect the seals and splines. Well, we press the U-joint out, wrap a little duct tape around here, give it a good little sleeve. Now we can proceed for taking this part apart. Nut. And I was hopeful that I would be able to get it apart without having to take the unit bearing and the stub shaft apart. I'm just looking to get the long one because I'm converting to the free spinning hubs. But wasn't successful, and it turns out that it's really a lot easier to press U-joints out when you don't have a really heavy unit bearing on the end. Okay. There we go. I've got some pressure on it. From the back, out that hole, and they're basically going to come straight through there if we're not careful. So they want us to cut those off. They're saying 1.8 inches total length here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a thread, a feeler gauge. Now I know the this thing, whose name is slipping me brain at the moment, is not there, but that's okay. It'll just give it a little extra clearance if I do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this guy in the back there, all the way to the end of the hole, and make sure that it's about right. And there we have our approximate depth before we bottom out. So what I can do now is I can take this number here, and I can take this guy, and I can say they said 1.8 inches, and I come up with about, now that's telling me 2.17. I don't know, a 2.0, almost exactly 2.0. If I trust that mark. Now that's not scientific, but that tells me that if I take my bolt here, what they tell me to cut off is about 3/8 of an inch. Will give us plenty of clearance to be able to go in that hole, bite all those threads, and still not bottom out. So we're going to go with their 1.8 number, which is 1.80 right there. Come on, steady, steady as she goes, steady as she goes.
See if this works.
With the chamfer on the end and the cleaned up threads, because I think we have the right length. I think that it is the threads at the back of the thing that's causing the hold up. So let's see what we got. Oh yeah, that did it. Yeah, definitely. That did it. That's our length with some clean threads. And that tightened right down on there. Plenty of, yeah. Oh yeah, baby. That's it. That's it. 7 more to go and we're done. Just watched an amazing video on YouTube on how to do this, because it's much that was much better than the black and white instructions for this Spyntec kit. Now, the video that I watched, very good. I'll try to put a link in the bottom in the description if I do end up ever making this. But I need to point out that the chamfer is this little groove here, and this is the thrust washer. And there's a little tiny lip on the corner of the dust shield in here, or the mudslinger they call it, and that's why the chamfer has to go towards the center of the truck. If you put it in backwards, there's a gap in between the back of the mudslinger and the back of the thrust washer they call it, and that's why they want it in like that. And it says in here, it says in the slide thrust washer, the chamfer side towards the center of the vehicle. This will sit flat against the shaft, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because I wasn't sure what it was talking about, but it's talking about the back side of the U-joint shaft. So this metal part in here, it should fit should sit flat against that. If it doesn't, then the chamfer is in the wrong spot. So when we slide this guy on here, and I have everything covered in grease, just like the guy in the video did. Now, put that in there, and I'm going to bring the camera in close up, if it's not already close enough. So you can see what they're doing with that is they're bringing the surface of the back here, of the shaft as they call it, out past the edge of the mudslinger, so that it will press in correctly into the roller bearings for this to keep it sealed better. So, when you get your instructions and you're looking through this and you're trying to figure out which is which, that's the little plastic thing is the thrust washer, and it's going chamfer side towards the bevel, that's what it's called, a bevel, on the bottom side of the, or on the small side of the shaft at the lip at the back side of the U-joint connection. So that's more than you wanted to know, but that threw me for a loop when I was looking at the instructions, and they show a half installed thrust washer. That needs to go all the way up to the front. This picture doesn't make any sense, well, to me, because it's also black and white and grainy and I can't make it out. So the instructions on the YouTube video, if you found mine, hopefully you found the other one first, and mine is just a secondary thing. But once we have that in there, then it says to slide on the dust shield and begin putting the ABS stuff back together. This seal is not mentioned yet, I don't believe, in the instructions. So, even though it says, I'm trying to figure out where that is. Okay. Stretch V-lip seal over the hub. Press grease, so it's saying take the hub back out. No, where does this guy go? I'm going to have to figure that out. I'll be back with you. Okay, so these instructions are seriously lacking. The YouTube video that I just watched was much better. This seal goes in there. I think it's like that. It might be the other way around. I haven't figured that out yet. I gotta figure that out. Gosh. Okay, so we're back. The lip and the flat surface goes against the bearing, and the lip goes against the thrust washer for this little washer here. And what we'll do is I'll show you. That's what it can look like if you put it in there first. But it's a little tough to get over these grooves. So the guy on the YouTube video that I watched a minute ago suggested this, and I'm going to take his suggestion. And that is to put this seal on here first. Then slide, oh no, this guy. The brake thing over top. And I'm going to put a little one screw in there to hold that. And one screw in there to hold that for now. And I'm going to put this guy up here. Fish it through. And then push that seal into that groove on the back side there. I'm going to set that there for now. And then I'm going to fish the ABS wire over. Come on, don't put there. Okay, so ABS wire comes over. Comes in the top here. Comes down through the hole. Doobity doobity. And then we're going to put this guy in there like so. I'm actually going to take that back out a little bit. Put a tiny dab of grease on that seal so that it sits right. There we go. And then we'll try to sweep this guy in there. Oh, there she goes. And those bolts get torqued to, okay, anti-seize the spindle screws before installing. Hand thread the knuckle screws and work your way around in a circle pattern, tightening them evenly. Then tighten the screws to 149 pound-feet or foot-pounds, or feet-pounds, or pound-feet, whatever you want to call it, of torques. So let's do that. There we go. See, that's not really what I want to hear. So those aren't the noises that I like to hear when I'm doing this. Obviously, the noises that I want to hear are old man grunts.